for this spring. I've had this tulip bedding on for over a year and a half now, almost 2 years, with the exception of the holidays. I always take it off during the holidays. And I'm not getting rid of it. I'm still gonna be keeping it, but I just wanna switch it up for a little bit, change up the vibe in the room. I'm really into yellow and orange and pink lately, so that's kind of the overall vibe that we're going for. I got this beautiful gingham bedding. My goal is to really do like a mismatched gingham moment and just have it be like super fun and cool and see what it looks like. There's this hotel that I love on Block Island. It's called the Darius, and they're like the queens of mismatched bedding. Just no matter what they do, it always ends up looking really cool. So I'm just gonna give it a try, throw it on the bed. Usually I would wash my bedding before I put it on the bed, but I'm gonna see what it looks like first, and then I'm gonna wash it afterwards. And hopefully it works, but yeah, I know that a lot of people are gonna be absolutely distraught that the tulip bedding is going away, but the times they are changing, and it's nice to switch things up for a little bit. And then when I come back to the tulips, I will have a new appreciation for them. 2 years is a long time. It's a long time to have the same bedding on, so time to move on. Oh, and I forgot, I also got these new curtains from Anthropology. Look how pretty they are. They're like a light pink and a dark pink. There's like a little scallop detail on it. And I'm excited to see how this looks because I have the yellow curtains up right now, but the yellow kind of blends into the white in the wall. So we're just gonna switch things up and see how it goes. And I'm not sure how it's gonna work out, but we'll figure it out. We will figure it out. I really like them. It adds like a new moodiness to the room. Just the way that the light reflects. I don't know how to explain it, but it's definitely a totally different vibe. I'm very happy. Just need a little more accessories and like sprucing up, and all ready for spring. Guys, I'm really happy with how the bed turned out. The only thing I might end up switching is the sheet. It has flowers on it, but the gingham that I wanted was sold out, so I might wait until that's back in stock and then switch it out for that. But I'm really, really happy. It's so nice to have new bedding. I've always been the kind of person who loved change. I'm always like switching out bedding and moving and painting things. It's just the person that I've always been. But ever since I started social media, I've had this fear of change. But not really like a fear of change. I've wanted to change, but I have this fear that if people followed me for the way my bedding looked or the way my bathroom looked or the color of my walls when I like painted a certain thing, that if I changed that, those people would go away or they'd be upset. And I think that's a normal fear to have because there's a whole thing with like influencers and content creators, and when they change, people get really upset. But I think change is really the essence of existence, and we all change. It's just when you share your life online, other people see the change, where if you're a normal person just living your life, then a lot of people don't see that change and you open yourself up to criticism. I totally know how silly that sounds, but to me, when I get those comments or people who are saying like, I miss your old apartment, or like your old apartment was better, it's just a different thing to have to deal with. And I don't have like family members who are overbearing or like people who poke and prod at different things in my life. It's just something that I've never had to deal with. And I know a lot of people have family who will like ask intrusive questions or like make rude comments. Like I never had that. So to get that from strangers on the internet is just really odd, an experience that I've never had before, luckily. So when I get comments about that, or like about my personal life or decisions I've made, people who make assumptions about you, and I think it's like not only about home decor. It's also just about making changes in my life. I would never judge someone for making a change or growing and developing in their life. So it's very odd to be in this world of social media where whenever you change anything, it's so public and so looked at under a microscope when really it could just be like the smallest thing. So I just finished my workout class and I'm right near the Brooklyn Heights Promenade, which is where you can get a great view of Lower Manhattan, and it's almost sunset. So I'm gonna walk over and see if I can get a good view before it's too dark. I think it's gonna be nice. Yesterday it was really nice and I missed it, but I think it's gonna be a good one tonight. Table for a while. It's from Home Goods. My mom got it for me like, I don't know, 3 years ago or something, maybe more. And I think she needs a little second life, so I'm going to paint her. I sanded her down. And I think I'm going to do pink. I don't know, I'm into pink lately. This yellow is just like a little too primary color. And the beauty of paint is that you could just change it. So we're going to paint her pink and see how it looks. Oh, it's a nice paint. It's not like bubblegum. It's nice though. Sometimes it's good to like change up these things that have been the same way for so long. It's probably gonna be really annoying painting all of these like ridges in here. Here's what it looks like after a couple coats. I'm quite pleased. Still needs probably at least 2 more coats and then a glossy coat and it'll be good to go. I don't know guys, lately I'm just like in the mood to switch things up. And I'm trying to just do it. Sometimes I get too worried about what the outcome is gonna be. Like I get too hyper fixated on like, you know, what is the whole scene gonna look like? How's it gonna fit into the room? Then what color do I have to paint the wall? What color do I have to paint the trim? What color do I have to have my bedspread be? But sometimes you just have to start. Sometimes you just have to start and do something. I got brunch with my friend Masha a few weeks ago, and we both struggle like big time with procrastination and like avoidance anxiety. So something that we talked about was just this idea of doing something. Like sometimes you have so much to do or so much that you want to do that you just end up doing nothing. And that obviously doesn't help because you don't accomplish anything. So sometimes you just need to do something, even if it isn't the task that needs to be accomplished or like the goal for the day. Like sometimes it's just more important to get started doing anything. And then eventually that will lead you to the thing that you need to get done. But doing nothing does not help anyone, ever. Well, sometimes it does, if you need a break, because everyone needs a break. But when you need to accomplish stuff, sometimes the best thing you could do is anything. Do you guys think it's weird if I hang this in the bathroom? Because I think it's kind of weird in a funny way. The chaos, eventually it will pass, like over the toilet. Like, I like how it looks for this color green, but I know people will think this saying is funny with it being over the toilet, which is not like my sense of humor, but I think it looks cool in here, like this blue. The blue, the green, the red, you know what I mean? I think I'm gonna do it. I think it's cute. This is David Shrigley, by the way. I ordered it online from Amsterdam. And it was kind of a pain to get the right frame size because I think it's like 22 by 31 or something. I don't know, some weird size that's not a standard American size. I found it though, and I just like it. So I think I'm gonna put it here for now. And eventually it'll probably move. I mean, most definitely it'll move again, but for now it will go in here. I think it's weird in a cool way, so I'm gonna keep it here for now. I don't know, I like it. I think it's funny. Guys, I finished the little table. It looks so cute. I love the pink. Yeah, I like it way better than the yellow. I don't know, I was just done with the yellow. This was super easy. It took me like a day and a half maybe. I did 2 coats of the pink and then a coat of clear polyurethane. Water-based polyurethane is what I use, and I just brushed it on. It's got a little shine to it. It's not perfect, but who is? You know what I mean? So I think I'm gonna put this in my bedroom, actually by my bed. I use it as like a little nightstand situation. So let's see how it looks. Because now I have like my pink curtains and everything. So I thought next to the pink curtains, it might look nice. Like here, and I put like some little flowers on it. See? You can kind of see. I love these pink curtains. How easy is that? Yay! So you guys might remember a couple weeks ago I got rid of my couch. Well, it's been like 3 weeks and I still don't have a couch. I have a couple that I like, but they're so expensive. And I really don't feel like there's a necessity to spend $5,000, $6,000 on a couch right now. It just doesn't feel like the right thing to do. I'm just not in a place where I need to invest in another couch. So I've been trying to look at Facebook Marketplace, vintage couches, and it's just really hard. I feel like we don't talk enough about how difficult it is to find furniture, like nice furniture. Yeah, you can go to IKEA and buy a couch that's like not comfortable at all. I found this vintage store in Jersey City. I forget the name right now, but I'll put it on the screen. And it's like a warehouse, kind of like a loft showroom where they have a bunch of vintage furniture. I actually found them on Facebook Marketplace and then I was led to their Instagram. They just have like a whole bunch of really cool pieces. They also have some dining tables, which I'm in the market for a dining table. I have my strawberry table, but that's really just aesthetic, guys. The strawberry table is not functional, so I would like to get a proper 4-seater dining table, preferably round, but I could do an oval or maybe a rectangle. So I'm gonna go look at that, and I would need chairs too, so it's a whole thing, but they did have some nice couches and like comfortable chairs for lounging, because I'm thinking what I wanna do is to get like a love seat style couch and then 2 chairs, like upholstered chairs to put next to them, and then a new coffee table. And I feel like that's all I really need, and then a proper dining table, and then I'd move the strawberry table, I think, into my office. I think it would look better in there. So today I'm going out there. I've actually never been to Jersey City before. I went one time, like a really, really long time ago, maybe twice. I've been twice, but I've never like walked around and got into the stores or anything, so I'm very excited. Actually, it's raining outside today. It's really not the best day, but I do love a little vintage shopping, so I think that's gonna be really fun. Love this mascara. It's the Benefit Bounce. I bought a sampler just to see. I always buy a sampler when I try a new mascara. I can't commit to the full-size tube, and I really like this. It's just, doesn't it look like a tampon applicator? I swear, I have an applicator that's this exact color and this exact shape. I cannot get over that. Every time I use it, I'm like, is it a tampon or is it mascara? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. It looks just like one, but it's great. I really like it. I will be buying a full-size tube of this.
The vintage shop is in this really cool building in Jersey City. It's called Mana Contemporary, and there's a whole bunch of open studios and art exhibits and stuff. There's no one here because it's Saturday, but art. John Chamberlain, World Peace.
And with that, this vlog comes to an end. Thank you guys so much for following along. This was a really fun week. I feel like I did a lot of fun little projects and it was just a nice week. I'm happy that I'm getting this one out on time and I will see you next week. See you later. Bye.